Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video on bronzing / contouring, blush, and highlight. So if you want to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. Okay, so jumping right into it, I already have my face primed and foundation and concealer are on. So we're just going to go right into starting contour, blush, and highlight. So when you contour your face, you just take an angled brush. And so you just go in, you want to put your contour when you have the little indents, so that gives your face more definition. And once you get your whole cheek, take it down the side and then down your chin, so you can also contour your neck. Now I'm going to take the Anastasia kit and just mix these colors and then go back in. Okay, and when you contour, you want to balance out the shadows that you created. So I'm going to just take this MAC bronzing powder and just take a kabuki brush, and to get the forehead bronzed up a little bit, just go back and forth, and this just makes your forehead look smaller. So if you have a bigger forehead, this is a good way to make it look smaller. Okay, so to make the contour more sharp, I'm going to use the baking method, and I'm just going to do it with an angled brush and some Mercier translucent powder. So you just take the powder in your brush and you dip. It doesn't matter what kind of brush you use, just anything that has like a straight line that you can draw. So I'm just going to dip it in, tap off the excess, and then just create a line right underneath to sharpen this contour up. I'm going to go ahead and do that on the other side. So now I'm going to let that bake right underneath and go ahead and continue with doing the blush and highlight. So for blush today, I'm going to be using this NYX blush in the shade Hamptons. It's just like a normal pink color. And for this, I'm also going to be using an angled brush. This one's a little less dense and a little fluffier, so it's for lighter application. So just dip your brush, tap off the excess, and then when you use blush, you want to blend it into your contour. So you can start on the apples of your cheeks and blend up into the contour. Just really make sure that it's blended when you're doing this, because if you don't, it'll just look really kind of messy and you'll have a harsh line between the blush and the contour, and it's just not a good look. Moving on, for highlight, I'm going to be using the BECCA Cosmetics and Jaclyn Hill collaboration Champagne Pop highlight. This is one of my favorite highlighters, obviously because I love Jaclyn Hill, but it's amazing. I'm just going to take a fan brush and dip it in, and then when you highlight, you're trying to accentuate the high points of your face to bring your whole face up. So I'm just going to hit the high points of my cheeks. And you can kind of make a C formation when you do this, just so it brings around and it just lifts up your whole face. And I'm not using a ton of pressure, I'm just lightly brushing my face because you don't want to make it too harsh. Ooh, love it. So after you do your cheeks, you can also highlight the above your lip just to give a little more fullness. And if you want, for those of you who have more dry skin and you want more of a dewy look, you can highlight your forehead in the center but my skin tends to get a little oily, so I try to avoid highlighting anything in that area. And also, I'm going to take a different brush and I'm just going to highlight the tip of my nose. Okay, so this is still baking and I'm actually going to show you how to contour your nose. I like to contour my nose just because I feel like it looks straighter and smaller, and who doesn't want that look? When you do this, you don't want to use a shade that has a warm tone. Cool tones look a lot better and more natural. When you do a warm tone, it can tend to look a little muddy. So for my skin tone, it's just best to use a cooler color. So I'm going to take the ABH contour kit and I'm going to use this shade in the middle because it has a little bit of a gray tone to it. And then it doesn't really matter what kind of brush you use as long as it's a precision brush. And so I'm just going to use a small angled brush and dip my brush slightly into the powder and just start right near my eyebrows and run it down the side of my nose and do the same thing on the other side. And you want your lines to be as straight as possible so it doesn't look crooked. And then I'm going to take more powder and just do the bottom of my nose just to make it appear smaller. And you want to make sure everything's blended, because if you do too much powder, it can look too harsh and really unnatural. Not that this is natural. And then since we made a shadow on our nose, to make it appear even more slim, I'm going to take a little highlight brush and dip it into Champagne Pop and drag it down the center of my nose. And this just gives the appearance of a slimmer, smaller nose. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe off this bakage. And you can see it created a sharper line. And I'm just going to take this brush. It doesn't have any product on it except translucent powder. And I'm just going to make sure everything's blended out. And lastly, I'm going to take this kabuki brush again, stick it into the Anastasia contour powders and just bring it down my neck to blend everything down so there's no distinct break of where my bronzer and my foundation is. So I'm done with my face makeup. I'm gonna go do my eye makeup off camera and I will be right back. Okay, so now that I'm done with the rest of my makeup, that completes this video. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!